Hello and welcome to this Star Fox 64 single segment score run. Now, a single segment score run was originally created by Lylat Wars in an attempt to make score running more entertaining on Twitch. The idea is to play through 8 stages from beginning to end in one sitting with no checkpoint abuse and no death abuse, farming the enemies on each level. What we are going to see here is me hopefully aiming for a 2,000 plus score, as that is an achievement for me and I think is pretty great to show it off. So we're just going to get started in here, starting on everybody's favorite level, Corneria. Just for info, I am playing this on a Japanese Nintendo 64 with the Japanese version of the cart, streamed via an OSSC. So the way the high score works in this game is that we are going to be using these unlocked charge shots. If you hold Z and R while playing the game, your charge shots will not lock on, as normally they will automatically lock onto the closest target. And you can see that by hitting them with the splash damage here, the enemies are giving me hit plus ones instead of actually giving me singular points. Now we want to do this with as many enemies as we possibly can to maximize our score. So every enemy effectively becomes worth double the points. Now the challenge comes in because not every enemy is going to have a surface where you can hit them with an unlocked charge shot, as unlocked charge shots are easy to use while there are things to collide with, but are very hard to use when it comes to using maximum range explosions. So the idea is that sometimes I will use my lasers just to go for the single points, other times I will aim for the maximum points with the charge shot. I'm just spawn a few extra enemies over here. That did not go well. But I'm just going to fire a bomb here just to grab those enemies. I'm going to fly over this side to spawn a little bit more, hopefully get my charge shot. Easily done. And we're going to blow up this nice big guy here because hopefully we can do a break and get a few more extra hits in there. Those big robots, their base is still alive and will still give you points when you shoot them. Fire another bomb there, get these guys, and they'll give me that bomb back anyway. You can see the wonderful lag in this game. I'm hoping to get a few more hit plus ones off there. So you can see they give you a hit plus 5 plus all the extra hit plus ones from hitting them with unlocked charge shots, even though the enemy is technically already dead. The idea throughout this game here is to use the break to maintain your speed to gain as much time as you can on shooting enemies, understanding where to spawn more enemies in. Oh, game, don't lag too much for me, buddy. I think I'm just going to fire a bomb here to save Falco. There we go. Because we need Falco alive here to go into the next section of the level to take us to the route that I want. You can also see now that the number on the screen has turned orange. This indicates that I have reached the total number of hits required to gain the medal. But we're not after medals, we're after significantly more points than medals. So 187 right now, not terrible. I'm going to carefully shoot these guys if possible. Hit plus 1 and a hit plus 3. You get the hit plus 3 from the enemies. I get a hit plus 1 because I hit them with the charge shot. Unlocked in the water there. That's bad because that means we are now not getting the proper route. And I missed some enemies, which is unfortunate. So we're going to be going the normal route now. Oh, we're definitely going the normal route. Didn't get pretty smooth flying there at all. That was not grand. So normally we would go through that waterfall there. Unfortunately, that is not happening now for us. However, we can still salvage just a little bit with some enemies that are over here, and we can still get a semi-decent score. Okay, so we're going to get a 213. Sorry, a 223, because each boss gives us a hit plus 10. So it gives us 11 points. I'm having to think hard while playing. It's unusual that I'm commentating a Lylat Wars run. Get fucked here! There we go. So nice boss, knocked his leg off, he's away, knock his back, and he will explode, and away he goes. So that is going to be, I believe, a 223. Which is not actually that bad, to be honest. Unusual that I went this route, though, but it's fine, because the next level we want is Meteor, which means we do want to go this route anyway. And now we just got to wait for these guys to speak through their dialogue, and away we go. Yeah, 223 there, so we will add that in. 223, and then we keep that. So it's 21 less than what I can normally do, or 21 less from my best. Let's hope we can do better in Meteo here as we are coming through. Another important thing to maintain in this game as well is your bomb count. You can only hold a maximum of 9 bombs at a time. Any bombs collected after 9 are just lost. And Meteo here is a fantastic level to pick up some extra bombs that we can then use throughout the rest of the game. And anything that is touched by a bomb will, of course, blow up, which is great. Now, I am just going to wait here, because if you let this cutscene play through, you can get a little bit extra hits from these asteroids. We just let the game play out its cutscene here. Ora, Slippy. We get these few asteroids. These ones are not solid, but as of now, every other asteroid is solid and is worth some points. But we want to shoot as many of these as we can. Again, while making sure I maintain proper braking procedure. People are like, proper braking procedure? What are you talking about? You don't want to hold maximum brake if you can. This game has a system where if your gauge is full red, you cannot use any abilities, and your ship will go at a set speed, which is slightly faster than braking. 32 there using 2 bombs. That's not bad. It's quiet. Ooh, quiet. Be careful, it's a trap. Use bombs wisely. Yeah, but done said, as I played this too much, I know the lines. To some people, that is not a bad thing. To other people, that is. So hopefully now we're going to go for a few extra points here if I can get them. So you can see I'm getting random hit plus ones here from shooting these things. Not entirely sure how this works, but it does, and I'm quite happy for it. Now, I'm aiming for a couple of hit plus ones of these guys if I can get them. If not, it's not the end of the world, and I can just blow them up to gain the point from them. It says do a somersault, but we don't need no somersault. We can grab the 2 items that we want there. Gold rings will increase your health. As you can see there, I have double the normal health thanks to getting 3 gold rings. Gold rings do also carry on between levels, as do bombs and your laser power-ups. So it is always a good thing to have a few in reserve if you can. So we are using the boosts and the brakes to make sure we get through this section. Hopefully we can get ourselves another couple of hits here. Trying to grab a few hit plus ones. It's not happening. We're just going to... Oh, yeah, we got one. So we'll just blow these up with a bomb. And then immediately have the bomb replaced. Rob giving us some supplies here. It should be a bomb most of the time for us. However, if you're low on health, he will give you a health pickup. If you do not have your wings, he will give you a wing restore. Speaking of wings, the wings get destroyed once they take, I believe it is 5 hits on normal here. So you want to make sure that you don't get hit 5 times on your wings, because then you immediately go back down to single lasers, which in the score run's not a massive issue, as we use unlocked charge shots anyway, and charge shots are not affected by the laser power-ups. Now I'm just going to let these charge shots lock on, as there is no point in aiming for these guys. Just let these shots do their job. Sometimes they don't lock onto the right targets, as you can see there. Well, those are just normal charge shots. You gain the total amount of points for the amount of enemies destroyed, basically. So I'm just going to fire that bomb there. That'll allow me to get some time to then fire down here, hopefully aim correctly, and then gain a few more points. And up the game. Okay, we got 1. The game not being nice, they're giving me the points. Sometimes it just decides, no, you're not getting it. Firing the bombs there just to make sure we get all the points. Going to shoot a few of these before Falco does, as Falco can steal a few points from us, which we don't want. And then we get our wonderful friend coming down. Hopefully I can kill him and summon a buddy. Let's see if his buddy will appear. I think I got enough for his buddy. Nah, we were too slow in killing him. So now we're going to have Slippy come in with his friends. And again, we're going to aim for as many hit plus ones as we can off these guys. There you go, hit plus 2. So you can see hit plus 2s, hit plus 3s. I'm not entirely sure how this works. It's just it counts as a hit on them. I love it. And then Slippy will just run away. Nice scream by Slippy there. So the extra points there were worth losing the 2 for not hitting them. Ideally, I wouldn't collect this. It's giving me an extra life. But now, we want to make sure we end up in the bonus zone. So I'm just going to focus for a second here. There we go. Missed the last set of hit plus 7 there, unfortunately, but it's better that we go in the warp because if you go through 6 of the warps and do not get the last warp, you will be taken straight to the boss, missing a whole lot of enemies, which is not a good thing. So the warp here contains a massive amount of enemies, and I mean a massive amount of enemies. The idea here is that we are going to try and kill as many of these as we can, with as many hit plus 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s as we can there, so that's a really good start. And you'll see what I mean here. This is where the bomb farming comes in as well, because, oh, look at all the bombs. All the bombs are mine. All the bombs belong to me. I will not complain when the game gives me bombs like this. And we want to fire a bomb there. We also want to fire a bomb down here. There's a whole bunch of enemies here that's coming through. Again, I want to maintain as much killing as I can here. Another bomb I'm just going to fire right now. Kill a whole bunch of these enemies as they come in. That's a bomb guy. I want it. Because that'll give me as many of these enemies as I can as well, while maintaining the proper break procedure. Getting 2 there, not bad at all. And then see if we can get any of the extra hits here. So sometimes you're too close, sometimes you're fine. Okay, we got a few there, that's not a bad thing. So again, we just want to fire as many of these off as we can. Grabbing. So you can see now the enemies are dropping us a whole bunch of bombs and stuff as well. We are definitely getting a 400 here. I want to just maintain as many bombs as I can now then. 8 bombs and a 419 score. That is a fantastic meteor. That is a brilliant meteor. I am very happy with that. 419. That is a fantastic score on that level. Absolutely fantastic score. Nice gold there. Nice gold. And because we took the warp, we now end up in Katina instead of going down towards, I believe that's Fortuna. So we want to make sure we actually go in here. Menuing is the hardest thing, because if you change course and you go the wrong way, that is it. You are in trouble. Now, this level is the first instance of all range mode, where we are basically in an arena and it is up to us to do what we can. So the idea for this first section is to kill 10 enemies to summon the mothership. We then start the filming for Independence Day. Come on. Now, this level, I will mainly be using the hyper lasers, and the reason for that is because you can see the charge shot there. It takes forever to actually go to its target. It's good to find out where enemies are, but you want to be destroying as many enemies as you can, because once the mothership has approached and has finished its cutscene, we are officially timed. So I'm going to have to be very careful. Because the way it's going to work is the mothership is going to start deploying enemies. We need to destroy as many of them as we can. When it opens its hatches, each hatch can be destroyed for a total of hit plus 5. There are 4 of them. Once all 4 are destroyed, the core will appear. However, after a certain amount of time, the core will appear regardless. If the core appears while the hatches are closed, you will not be able to hit them again. So we ideally want them to be open when it appears. And the way they open is determined by the amount of enemies on the screen. So the more we kill, the more the hatches open, the more likely we are to have the hatches open while the core appears. So we will see how well we can turn this over. So we are now officially timed by about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. And now all we are aiming for is as many kills as we can muster. So we will not be using bombs on this stage because it's pretty much ineffective, unfortunately. The best way to get this is just to ensure that while the hatches are open, you find an area where they are spawning from and you shoot them that way. Because each of the enemies, they take a specific route when they come out of the hatches, and if you can get in behind them while they're coming out there, you can get yourself a lot of hits. Also, our teammates will constantly fly in front of us, which will result in them probably dying at the end of the day, which we don't want. I will try and avoid it, but the score is worth more than their lives. They do not give you any extra bonuses, except from the next level, which is kind of important. We want to keep them alive to maximize our score in the next level, but this level, they don't particularly matter. So there we saw Falco getting in the way and getting some nice blue lasers to the face. That's Bill getting some blue lasers, as you heard by his scream. Pepe taking some damage now as well. And I'm a little bit too close to the center here, so I'm going to just boost out a bit. Okay, he's not even at half health yet, that's good. There's a whole bunch of these enemies here. Good news is the enemies do fly in 3s and 4s. They very rarely fly in solo, so if you can get these groups, it's brilliant. Yeah, you can see them there. 1, 2, 3. Gone, gone, gone. Goes to monkey ball. that's Bill getting another hit there and not happy about it. But if you are not taking out these enemies, they are mine. The hatches are open. There we go. So again, just aiming for as many of these as we can. Sorry, Pepe. Hatches are open again. Now, the downside is the hatches are open, and I was in a good position there, but there were no enemies to shoot, so I had to just turn away. Now, we are shooting our allies as well, as in the Katina army, but they do not do anything negatively to the game in any way, shape, or form. So, unfortunately, they are just collateral damage. There we go. Come on. Pepe is almost splat. If Pepe gets in my way once, he will go splat. And that's a bad thing, because I kind of need Pepe alive for the next level. And I know he's going to pass, so I'm going to stop firing. Yep. Alright, so we are at 150. I think it's going to be appearing soon, so I'm going to just take out some of these just to be safe. Okay, we got 2. That's fine. Pepe's going to appear. I'm going to not shoot him. Yes, Falco, I know. Be quiet. That'll be a bomb, so we're just going to take that anyway. Oh, that was close. We almost lost Pepe there. And the core has appeared. That is good, because it means my hatches should be open. Yes! So now I need to just take out the remainder of these guys as quickly as possible. What I'm going to do is I am actually going to just take out these as well, because they are worth the hit plus 5, which is brilliant. Nice amount of enemies here to take out 2. Now, I can technically allow the core to fire, but I really don't want to. We don't have much in the way of enemies left. Come on. Come on, come on. What have we got? What have we got? 218. We got any more? Yes, but it's not worth it. So I'm just going to take out the core now. There we go. 232. That's a good score as well. We got really lucky there with the timing on the hatches being open. So that gave us the extra hit plus 5 there. So that was an extra 12 points that we might not have got should the core decide, I'm going to appear when your hatches are closed. But we got away with that. That's nice. That's very nice. Actually, no, I'm not. I added points to that. You don't get the hit plus 10 because you took too long. We got 221. I forgot that the way this boss fight works is if you want the hit plus 10 on that, you require to destroy it within the first, I think it's the first 20 seconds you need to destroy it. Then the score dwindles down and down and down. So 221 there, so 4 off our best. Not bad, not bad, not bad. We're on good pace here. We're on good pace here. Again, my overall target is a 2,000 score. And I kept my teammates alive, so that's a bonus. I kept my teammates alive. We are not going to the sun. We do not want to go to the sun. Please do not make me go to the sun. The sun is not a thing that I want to go to, so we are going to change course, and we are going to head down to Sector X. Now, Sector X is another level with a warp inside it, but we are going to avoid the warp this time as we are aiming for as much score as we can get. And this is where the bombs that we have are going to come in handy, because we have a nice big amount of enemies right at the start here, and we are just going to blow them all up. And if I do this right, for the next section, you guys are going to come up. I'm not going to get the bomb back off that. Which one's got the bomb? There it is. So again, we just want to try and take out as many of these as possible. And we've got the little quick guys here. He's quick, be careful. There we go. And then incoming groups from behind. So what we do is we just fire another bomb because they will all fly in down. Wonderful. Fire another bomb there, gives me another 6 points. And then we've got another whole set of them up here as well that we want to just destroy the mines with so they don't get to blow us up either. A lot of bomb use. And then we have the base itself. Now, the way the base works is the same as any other enemy. You want to not hit the turrets directly. Instead, you want to hit the turrets via the ground that they're mounted on. Oh, nice fly through that there. But we needed to get through to hit the enemy, so that's fine. One got away, didn't it? Yeah, it got away. Dang it. Not bad there, though. 129 by the time we get to the first checkpoint. Right, I'm going to let the shots actually lock on here. We don't want Peppy to be blown up here. We do require Peppy's assistance, as he will summon more enemies for us at a point in the future here. We want to make sure we're over... Yeah. Oh, I didn't get my wing power up there. Hopefully I don't lose my wings. But yeah, we want to make sure we take the right-hand path here. Interceptor systems dead ahead, eh, Slip? So again, we just want to make sure we hit the ground that they're mounted on rather than them directly. That will allow us to gain hit +1s off them. Good amount of enemies there, though. That's because it was that directly on those guys, but we're fine. Do them normally because there's not a lot I can do about that. Sometimes the game does this and it will phase my bullets right through the thing, which is annoying, like it did there. Thank you, game. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Try to speed up to keep up with these. There we go. This is why we needed Peppy, because Peppy summons these large amounts of enemies for us. There we go. That's not bad. That 249. 249. Not terribly bad. I could have got more there. I did miss a few hits, which I really shouldn't have. And this is where we are happy that Slippy is still alive as well, because Slippy is going to summon a little rainbow dude for us. There he is. And the reason I say Slippy summons him is because if Slippy is dead, this little rainbow dude does not appear. Instead, Slippy respawns because he's needed for a plot point. For those of you not aware, if Slippy is in this fight, the second phase of this fight, Slippy has the potential to be whacked away down to Titania, and then you must go to Titania. We do not want that in any way, shape, or form, so we are just going to avoid that completely. And what we're doing is we're just shooting at some of the wrecked ships in the background here. There's a nice set that'll give me a hit +3 right there. Oh, I missed one, so we're getting a hit +1 instead, and then an extra one. Don't think there's any more that we need to worry about. I think we're golden. Oh. Ah, we didn't get him. And now he's going to fire his rocket booster power arms. Rocket arms! Yeah. Hey, come on, shoot the guy. Thank you. But yeah, in this particular phase here, it's not dead yet. Slippy gets a little bit overzealous when he does his spinny arm thing, and then we'll get whacked down to Titania. We are going to avoid that by taking the boss out immediately. And avoid that because I do not want to lose my wings. 276 is a very nice score on this level. This level got really good for me now. Yeah, so this level is one of the few levels that has 3 potential exits. You can go to Sector Z by taking the warp, you can go to Macbeth by killing the boss before it hits Slippy, or you can go to Titania by allowing the boss fight to play out and Slippy getting hit. 276. That is nice. That is a nice score. That was a very nice score in that level. I'm happy with that. I wonder if I could get 300 with that one at some point. Alright, so we are coming to Macbeth. This is where we will be driving the Landmaster. Now, the good news about this stage is driving the Landmaster means it is impossible for me to lose my wings, so I cannot, but I do not need to worry about Area 6's power-ups, because I am fine. However, I do need to worry about my bomb count. Need to make sure that we use bombs wisely on this stage, because we want to have a few left for Area 6, if possible. So again, I'm going to just let the cutscene play out slowly here, because the train actually moves further ahead, and if I can do it right, we should be able to get a few extra points on the train. Nice. Now, and then hopefully we can still shoot some of these guys as they come down. Nice. And then these guys we want to take out. If I can grab that, that would be grand. Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to deliberately wait and get hit here. So, like, you're wondering what I'm doing. What is happening here is I'm going to fire off some charge shots into the distance there, because those rocks all count as individual enemies. So if I can just... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I messed it up. But it's fine, because what we can do is we can still hit a few of these and maintain the damage that we need. Lots of hit plus 3s there. Plus 1, which is good. Get that guy. And we'll just hit him because he's there and there's nothing I can do about it. And now we've got a few enemies in the distance, and then hopefully I can put that in the background. Nope, it locked on in time, too late. Just gonna fire a bomb and see if I can get any of them. Ah, we got a few. Not grand. These guys do not stay on the screen forever either. They will disappear. You have to make sure that you take them out. Where's my bomb? There's my bomb. I was getting a bit worried that my bomb wasn't going to spawn there. I was like, hold on, I'm due a bomb here, game. Let's stick one of them out already. Again, I don't need to blow these up. I just need to try and shoot them from the wall here, if at all possible. Ah, it's not going to happen because I locked onto them. Well, that's unfortunate. There we go. Very nicely done. Right now, I just want to shoot as much of these as I can to take it out. Oh, not even close. Nope. Dang it. Alright, so just going to wait and let these things spawn again. The way this works is, again, more hit plus 1s. If more hit plus 1s, more enemies to destroy. Make sure I take this out without using a bomb this time. There we go. And we should get Falco coming with an enemy that we can just kill like that. And then the way this works is you go for 1, 2. Right, so there I deliberately waited because I wanted to ensure that I should be able to blow this up with a bomb when I... Yeah, I'm gonna have to bomb it. Didn't work. No, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I got too close and I didn't get the angle on the bomb, which is not great. We're just gonna have to take out the bomb section here. I think I'm gonna finish this with 5 bombs. I don't remember if I'll be using any more bombs. I don't think I do use any more bombs actually, so I might finish with 6. So I'm definitely missing at least 4 or 5 points there from those 2 carriages that did not blow up. Which is unlucky. It's unlucky, unfortunately. The bomb angle was off. I didn't hit it, and I couldn't detonate it quick enough because bombs cannot be instantly detonated when you fire them. Bombs do actually have a set distance they need to fly before they will explode. Give me that bomb. Give me that bomb. Thank you. Now I have to be careful that I'm going to shoot the ships. Shoot the ships? Shoot the switches that are coming ahead. I need to shoot 8 switches to take us to Area 6. Yeah, there we go. That's bombs. Actually, no, I think we'll get 7. So make sure that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 4. There's 3. And then we do have 6 in the background there. Oh, I missed him. Well done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly go through that. Thanks, Gabe. Get over here. So there's number 5. Number 5 hides. Number 5 is the one that most people would probably miss because it hides behind the train. And then 6 and 7 are coming up soon. 6. And then we need number 7 because Falco's going to help us and get number 8. So we go over and get number 7. He hits number 8 for us, and then we get to shoot the switcher. Just going to dodge the boss as he comes over here. And then we are going to shoot the switcher. This ends the boss fight immediately, and you always wanted to finish the boss this way because you get an insane hit plus 50 and this glorious cutscene. You gain 51 hits for destroying the train this way. Goodbye. Hit plus 50. I think that's why we get the hit plus 50. I don't know how close I am because I didn't actually see how much I got. What are we getting? Come on, Falco. Oh, 222. Not high enough. Losing some points there. Still ahead, but losing some points there. Again, I had the little incident with the train, which is a bulk of the points, I believe. But we are going to Area 6, which is one of the fastest paced and my personal favorite mission of the run. There are so many enemies to hit. It moves so fast. There's a lot of focus needed to do the run. And it takes everything that you've learned previously and just puts it together in this one. It is an absolutely fantastic stage. So I will aim to try and get a 500 score on this, but there is no guarantees as it is a very, very heavy intensive level. So immediately we will start with big groups of enemies needing unlocked charge shots. Into these satellites and then into the mines. The satellites give you hit plus 3 for every one that you destroy, so 4 points for every satellite. It is worth going for them if you can, but it is not worth going for them if you're sacrificing other enemies as well. You will see at times I will just go for enemies that are singular laser worthy instead of going for them in groups, and the reason for that is just simply because that is how I'm able to hit them. Another nice big group of enemies here if I can try and take them out. Got the majority of them, which is good. So mashing in a set rhythm here as well, just to try and ensure that I can take out as many as I possibly can. I'm going to have to miss that now because I'm taking hits. Oh, I'm not doing very well right now. Okay, we got them, that's good. Got that one. Got this one. I'm going to go grab that wing repair because that will allow me to take more damage on my wings, and that is a very important thing that you need to do. So So we've got the Grey Fox giving us a hand here, which is really generous and really helpful. Alright, incoming enemy missiles. Some people like to use bombs here just to take them out immediately. Personally, I see no need to. Get my nice hit busters off them and then just mash. Ah, one of them got us. No! 206. I don't know how I feel about this. Peppy running in trouble here, but of course you can go for a single enemy or you can go for enemies worth 4 points. Let's go for the ones that are worth 4 points. Now this section, you don't really want to worry about these enemies. They're not, like, they're scattered about the place. If you can get one or two, go for it. But they're not worth worrying about too much. Instead, just focus on the big satellites down here. Fire a bomb there, just see if you get a few. Oh, just missed it. And then what they'll do is they'll make you choose between a hit plus 3 or a hit plus 3. So what you do is you try and get as many of them as you can. We just got that, which is good. And we got you two. And then we're coming into our checkpoint. Yes, we have broken the first line. Oh, nice 7 enemies there. Take them all out if you can. So we are already at the total, which is 300. We are not aiming for 300. We are aiming for more if we can get it. And we need that as well, because that will repair our wings again. And what we've got here is we've got some enemies on the ships that we want to take out, if possible. There we go. And then each of these big ships, they have enemies and turrets on the front. They are also worth hit plus 5 themselves. You get the idea. They are worth a lot. This is where the bulk of your points come in this game. Or in this particular stage, even. I want that because that'll allow me to keep the lasers. But he's stealing all my points, as always. Again, I'm just aiming for 500 if possible. I don't think I'm going to get it this time. I think I'm going to just be off. I should have used more bombs. I've got 3 bombs here that I didn't need, but we're getting over the 500. We're going to get a 515 score here, assuming I don't mess up on the boss. That is pretty dang good for me. I'm pretty happy with that. One day I will hit the 600 mark, but I am miles off from doing that. There are so many enemies that you need to try and aim for. I could have got more score here if I actually used the bombs. So this particular boss, you need to shoot the 3 energy orbs on the inside. He still has his force field, as you need to do that 3 times. So to get back inside, you need to shoot the tentacles to open the core. But ideally, you dodge everything that is potentially going to hit you. Oh, look at all that. Look at the slow-mo missiles there. Look at the lag. Gotta love the slow-mo missiles. There we go. So that is them done now. So he's now going to teleport to the back there, and he's going to either do his missile spam. Yeah, he's doing missile spam. Hello, missile spam. Macross missile spam. Look at all the missiles. You don't get any points for this, unfortunately. It would be amazing if you did, but then that would be an insane way to farm the level, wouldn't it? So now his core is going to open again. He's going to repair his tentacles and get them back out, but we get a chance at taking out more of the energy orbs in the core. 3 more to go, then we'll be able to shoot the weak point in the center there, but until then, we have to just deal with the tentacles again. That's 1 gone. That's 2 gone. And can we get the 3rd one? No, I teleported away. Summon ships this time. They also do not count. Come on. There we go. So now he is going to do a giant rainbow laser. If you have any seizures or if you suffer from seizures, please look away now. I will tell you when it's safe. Gotta love the giant laser beam. Giant mega laser beam. And it is safe to look now as well. So now we take out the energy balls, and then we can shoot the core. We want to just take out the core, and you can take the core out in a 1 cycle here. And there you go. Hit plus 10 on that boss as well. Finishing the total for this stage. Unfortunately, it will not tell me what the total for this stage is, as we will head straight into Venom, I believe. Oh wait, no, I think it does tell me. I think it's Venom that it doesn't tell me. Yeah, 550. Still over 500, which is nice. 515. Plus 12 ahead. So if we get the 227 that we are aiming for here on Venom, Venom is a fairly static level, unfortunately. Venom, you can sit and farm Starwolf here, but again, it is not particularly worth doing. Oh wow, that is not good. I wanted to get some extra hits on them, but unfortunately that's not happening now. Right, where are they? Right. Ow, don't fly into that, you dum-dum. We just want to take these out as fast as possible. There we go, that's 2 of them gone. Got 1 that's coming around here as well. That's 3 gone. And we're going to go for the 4th one. And there you go, that's everybody done. That is everybody away. You can farm them by having Wolf trail you and do unlock charge shots in front of yourself. The explosion will hit him as well. However, that is not worth going for at this point in time. You might as well just take the 227 and have fun with it. So the best thing, I believe, is left, right, left, left, right, right. So left, right. Left. Left. Right. And then right. So you can see that gives you pretty much every single item in the game. Gives you hyper lasers, gives you a bomb, gives you double health if you require it. And now we've got Mr. Monkey Man himself. Mr. Andros, the brains behind Lylat, or so he likes to think. Unfortunately, he should wear eye protection. So once the arms are out, you aim for the news. And away he goes. A little bit early on that flip there. Andoratu! So to start the Andros fight here, he does fire that off, but what we're just going to do is we'll just use our wonderful bombs there to hopefully take them out. I don't think we took it out. No, we didn't take any of them out, really? Had 2 bombs and it didn't take any of them out, really? I think I just got points there, but we did. There we go. So now we're aiming for Mr. Andros himself here. Hopefully he'll decide to teleport so we can U-turn. And then aim for his weak point. There we go, and that is him done. So we are almost finished. We just have the escape sequence left to go. But that is it in terms of points. So we will be at our 227. Don't ever give up, my son. Tosa. See, the best thing as well is because I've played the English version so much and I know what the lines are. It's really interesting hearing the words in Japanese as well. It's a good way of learning some Japanese, but not enough. to be able to understand what's going on half the time. Goal one day would be to learn Japanese, though. It would be really nice to do that and be able to speak fluent Japanese. So we are just doing the escape sequence here. We have to follow James McLeod's R-Wing. If you don't, you go the wrong way. The game will say, nope, you're in a trap, and it'll blow you up. And there we go, right at the end here with 227 as the final total for this stage. There we go. And now we get the very end of the game. That's time in the speed run. That's GG on the score run. We just have to wait and to see our final tally at the end here. We know it's over 2,000, but how much over 2,000 is it? That's a really good Sector X as well, so I might be able to hit the 2,100 mark soon, which is going to be really nice. My target would be a 2,500 eventually, but I'm well away off that at the moment. And there you go. 2,103! Hey, we got the 2,100. That's a new PB for me. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I could submit this to the Hit Plus 64 leaderboards as well. That had a really bad corner in it as well. That's not a good start to the run, but hey, there you go. And so that is it. That is a single segment score run for Star Fox 64. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys can allow me to run this at ESA November. But for now, I'll catch you later. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.